Hi there. Welcome back to the No Camera Chronicles. I'm your host, Curie, your fellow camera shy creator. And in this episode, I'm going to give you some of my first impressions of the Hello Audio app. So, if you haven't heard of Hello Audio, this is a podcast hosting app that also offers something called private podcasts. So, the idea behind that is you can offer this private podcast as a lead magnet. So, normally for a business, you might offer a free PDF, and it maybe be like a list of 10 things that will help you grow your business. So, instead of giving a PDF, you would record it like I'm doing right now as audio, and then you could have it portioned out into mini episodes if you want, and it could be played in a podcast player of your choice. So I personally have an iPhone, so I like playing things on Apple Podcasts. And because you can't search it in the directory, you'd get that link directly from the creator, typically after you give them your email address. And so this is a really unique way to deliver content to your target audience and to really build trust and to build a business out of this. So I had my eye on this software for quite a while. I previously had been making video tutorials and putting them on YouTube. And video, as you know, is kind of a long process. Most people that are able to do it quickly are just shooting style talking head videos of themselves. And whether they're talking or reviewing products or whatever it is they're doing, they're showing their face. And that is something that I personally was not comfortable with. So my videos were just screen captures with voiceover on top of them. And they still did pretty well for the productivity niche that I was making these videos for. And then after about a year of making videos, I decided to offer an online course. And the platform I used at the time was called MemberVault. It was pretty simple to do. It just took building up a lot of confidence to really feel like I could charge people for my knowledge. And after I did that, I just was really excited, like I realized online business is actually a thing. Even though I've been watching other people do it, like it doesn't always hit you until you yourself have experienced it. And so this year, I've been thinking a lot more about this business and what do I want to do with it. And because I'm pretty resistant to putting my face on camera, I wanted to see if I could try out podcasts. And it seemed just like an easier workflow. I don't have to have all this setup and editing after the fact, because when you do voiceover video, because you're not showing your face, you do have to kind of make up for a lot of visuals. So it takes a lot of time to edit, especially if you're doing technical style tutorials. And so I might shift away from tutorial type things and do a lot more mindset and theory and organization, things that would really work well with audio. And so I saw that Hello Audio was having a sale around Black Friday, and it's a really good one. It was 40% off all of their plans. So I did go ahead and sign up and got their highest plan because I just wanted to get the most out of it. And then if for some reason it doesn't work for me, they do have some lower cost plans. So just so you know, like the highest cost plan is called Powerhouse. It's around like $81. Take two. So the highest plan that they have with annual billing, because you get a discount again for annual billing, is $81 a month for the Powerhouse, which comes with unlimited private feeds and 2 public feeds. They also have some other interesting features like unlimited transcripts and dynamic content, which I'll get to in a little bit, but basically it allows you to put ads in different places. Some of the other plans, so the lower plan would be the Pro plan, which is $39 a month. And that one only comes with 3 private feeds and 1 public feed. And then the starter plan is $14 a month, and it comes with 1 private feed and 1 public feed. And so Yeah, I was a little bit nervous about the powerhouse, but I really want to try to dig into this year, and I was really pleasantly surprised. So, I have not yet recorded a podcast prior to this getting Hello Audio. I've only done video with voiceover, but I went ahead, watched their, intro videos, the demo that they have on their website and in their knowledge base, and I felt pretty comfortable with it. So, just to clarify, Hello Audio does not have a recording. It's not for recording a podcast, it's for hosting and distributing it. So to record the podcast, I'm actually just using my iPhone, not even using a microphone with it. I'm just straight up holding the phone kind of at a 45-degree angle to me, so I'm not like spitting all over it. And then I recorded with the native voice memos app. And then once I saved that app, I uploaded it to my computer, and then I used a free version of Adobe Podcast, which I'll link in the show notes. But basically, it just enhances the audio so much that you're like, wow, this sounds really good. Like, I don't have to do anything else with it. And you can do a little bit of editing in there as well if you need to trim parts of your audio file. And then I saved it. You can save it as either a WAV or an MP3, but Hello Audio will convert everything to MP3 version anyway. So once it's you have it in MP3 format, you upload it to Hello Audio. Yeah. So, okay. So now that I have my file, I'm kind of ready to do something with it. So I went into Hello Audio. I started playing around. So I did try first the private podcast to see what the process was like. And basically, you just drag and drop the file into the app, and then you can choose all these settings that you have to put in for it. So, like the title of the episode, the author of the episode, and then how you want it to be delivered. So the private podcast, I haven't, published it. It's really just for me to test out. And once I was comfortable with that, I went ahead and decided to do the public podcast part. So on that side, you, again, just drag and drop it. You have a little more information that you have to fill out on that side. So with the private podcast, with the public podcast, you do have to fill out a little more information. There's the feed details. So the feed is referring to, your actual podcast itself. So think of that as like the highest level. And then when they say episodes, those are like the individual shows that you're listening to. So here you do have to have a picture. So like those square podcast cover pictures. I just made that in Canva. And then you have to fill out what type of feed you want. You have the option between date-based, instant, and drip. Date-based is really just like chronological order. Instant means you release them all at one time. And then drip is you schedule when you want them to release. You can also put in like a short couple sentence description of your podcast, the author, and then you can have some external links to your website, and you have to put down your owner email, and then it takes also a copyright footer. And I think that gets pulled from your account profile. And then you can also choose like the category you want it to be in. So mine, I picked business and entrepreneurship. You have an option for a secondary category, which I didn't choose. And then you have to check whether or not it has explicit content. And then at the very bottom of this tab for the feed details, there's actually a button that says, send to Spotify. And I was really surprised. I'm like, wow, I didn't think it was going to be this easy, but I filled out all the information and I hit send to Spotify. And then a little note comes up that says your podcast will be available within like an hour or so. Like it could happen sooner, but for me, it actually took almost exactly an hour. And I refreshed Spotify and there it was. And it was that easy. Like I couldn't believe it. And so when you're putting more episodes in here, or if you're editing any of the information, you put like editing the title of your episode or the description, it will kind of refresh periodically, I guess, and send all that information to Spotify. So, yeah, so that's as far as I got with putting my very first episode of this No Camera Chronicles onto Spotify. You can send it to other podcast directories. I haven't gotten around to that part yet. So the Apple Podcasts is a little more steps to do. You have to log in with your Apple ID, and then I think it says it could take a while to get approved. So anywhere between a few days to a few weeks before your podcast is approved. So I will update once I do that part. And then right now, I'm actually working on the private podcast to have as a lead magnet. So hopefully by the time you're listening to this, that's already been integrated into the show notes and you can try it out and see what that looks like as well. I have done that on someone else's podcast before, and the process was pretty simple. I essentially signed up on a page that asked for my email, and then they sent me confirmation and email and directions on how to subscribe to the private podcasts within my player. Yeah. I also had to contact support for some things, and the support was pretty fast and very friendly and polite. So I also think that's a great start to using Hello Audio. I've also received several emails, kind of a welcoming sequence of like, hey, we're totally here for you. If you need any help, reach out to us. I think they have some office hours as well that were on there. I'd have to go back and look. And so emailing their support, definitely have a thumbs up so far. So far, great experience. I'm hoping to do more testing with this and see how the process goes, see if there's any hiccups, and I'll report back here on the podcast to let you guys know how it's going. If you're on the fence about trying this out, there is like a free trial. But if you're thinking about buying and launching your business or taking it in a new direction in 2026, I would sign up while they have this really good discount that's 40% off. I've got the affiliate link linked in the show notes, and you can also head to my website, which is Curie Shares, that's Curie, shares.com. And I also have it linked there on my one-pager website. So I will look forward to chatting with you again soon.